Hi, I'm Kristen O'Connell of Superlative Recruitment, and today I'm joined with Sara Da Silva of AJG Direct. Sara's one of the top recruiters in the industry, and she actually had the chance today to speak to over 200 CEOs, entrepreneurs, and aspiring recruiters to share some of her top tips with us. So Sara's going to share that information with us today as well. But Sara, before we get into your recruitment advice, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, what you studied, what your experience is?
Background. Studied university, went to Brunel University in West London, studied a history degree, first class honours degree. Don't use it whatsoever, but started in the company AJG just over a year ago, so I started originally in the field.
So you started not doing the recruitment role, you started in a different role?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
what was that role?
So I was an independent sales advisor at the time. I moved into a leadership position, I was overseeing a team, and then sort of my goals didn't really align to what I was doing at the time. So I felt naturally there was a switch to be made. So then I moved into the recruitment side of things. So started recruitment in December 2016. So it's been just over a year now.
And what's kept you involved in recruiting for the year? What are some things that you enjoy about that role?
I like how varied it's become. It definitely took a lot of control, sort of taking on more aspects of sort of being a business partner, not simply just a recruiter as well. But it's definitely the team. I just love the team that I'm recruiting for. And I just love creating that relationship with the team that I bring in anyway. It's just fun growing the team and having more people around me.
Cool, yeah. So you like the fact that there's variety. It's not the same thing day in and day out, which I guess any people-oriented role is going to be like that. Great. So what are some of your goals and aspirations for, the next year or the next couple of years? Where do you see yourself?
I think sort of first year was sort of just setting the foundations. It was sort of figuring myself out, how I can personally sort of fit into the situation. Then this year it's more about becoming sort of getting myself better known. So whether it's sort of doing the conference or sort of putting myself out there and sort of getting out of the comfort zone a bit, not simply doing one-on-ones, but sort of getting to know everyone and definitely helping the organization, not simply just Paul and AJG, but helping sort of the recruits in the organization sort of develop themselves and give them more responsibility and definitely push them to do better as well. So it's taking more of a sort of an overseeing sort of point of view as opposed to
so similar to that leadership role that you had as well.
Yeah.
So just applying that to the recruitment side.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, unfortunately, we can't share with our audience your entire topic that you covered for us today. But if you had to summarize maybe your top 2 or 3 tips for either a brand new recruiter just starting off or a recruiter that's maybe become a bit stagnant and wants to push themselves, what would those top 2 or 3 bits of advice be?
I think for someone starting out, most important thing is align your goals with the managing director's goals. It's so important. It has to be so consistent throughout everything, not just simply your pitch on the phone, but with the emails, with the prelims, with everything following on from that. It needs to stay super consistent. So, your pitch should be really sort of specialized to yourself. When you have to feel comfortable with it, because it has to be natural. It can't just be a pitch. So
somewhere between like the robotic, just templated generic 100%. Pitch and something that's completely somebody else. Yeah, exactly. So somewhere in between. You want the structure, but make it more of a conversation.
Make it you, ideally. So
cool.
That's all about sort of development in terms of how comfortable you feel about doing it, and sort of again speaking with your manager, find out what it is that they're looking for in a candidate, and maybe tailoring it to that. But it's have fun with the role and don't get scared by it. It can be super easy if you let it be easy. So it's all about having fun with it and sort of seeing where you can go with it, I suppose.
Okay, great. So keeping it consistent, having fun with it. Any last bit of advice before we let you go? Anything else that you think, like if you could rewind a year and go back to when you first started, is there any advice that you wish somebody had given you?
Don't panic.
Don't panic?
Don't panic.
What do you mean by that?
No matter what, like, if you're having a hard day or if you didn't get enough hits, there's always going to be a solution to whatever the problem is. So never panic. There's always support around you, whether it's your manager, whether it's other recruiters, or whether there's someone you can speak to. There's always someone there to support you. So never panic about anything. Don't get stressed. It's
cool. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So it's not so much about the situation, but how do we handle that situation?
Definitely.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thanks, Sara. We really appreciate your time.
No worries.